Okay, good morning, guys. I hope you are well and that you had a lovely day yesterday and that all of you did your poems for me. So let's begin today's class. Okay, so today you're going to read your poems for me and then we are going to discuss writing in your diary. Okay, so first things first, this is me for the new guys who hasn't been in the class before. Okay, so classroom rules, let's just discuss that very quickly. Your videos must be off at all times. Don't put your videos on. We will remove you from the class if you do that, okay? And keep all the chats relevant to the class. I don't mind, like before class, and if you want to chat, it's fine. But if you put in rude comments or you are disrespectful, we will remove you from the classroom. Okay, that is unacceptable. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is we're going to read your poems out loud, and then, like I said, we're going to discuss how to write in your diary. Okay, who wants to read their poems to me? Who wants to read their poems to me? Okay, Zoe, let's unmute you.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine, thanks, and you?
I'm good, thank you, ma'am.
That's good.
Winter. Winter is very cold. It is not fun at all. I always freeze. I don't like the breeze. I almost froze like a block of cheese. It is like a fridge. I almost fell. I turned around. Oh, spring, I found the sound. When I looked back, my nightmare went away. Oh no, I just remembered. It's not a spring day. Back to winter. Let's go and play. Winter is nice. That's all I can say.
That is very good. Thank you so much. That was a very nice poem. Okay, if I'm done with everybody who wants to read their poems, you are more than welcome to put your poem in the chat box for me also, if you don't feel like you want to read it to me. And at the end, we're going to talk about the different figures of speech you used in your poems. Okay, so Taryn, I'm going to unmute you.
Good morning, ma'am.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Good. My poem is about tigers.
Wonderful.
My favorite animal is a tiger. If crossbred with a lion, you get a liger. I like them plain and through. They're in my heart through and through. Tiger stripes are black as night. Watch out, they bite. Tigers are threatened by poachers. I think they're no more than roaches.
Thank you.
And that's all.
Thank you. That was a very nice poem. At the end, like I said, at the end of the when we are done reading the poems, we are going to discuss the different parts of speech, the different figures of speech you used in your poem. Okay, Kira, I'm going to unmute you now. Yes.
Ma'am, my poem is named Friends. I have
Wonderful.
two friends, Caitlin and Azaria. Together we're the three musketeers. We play together with little fears. We really apart. We can't wait for the day to start. We have hearts of gold, together forever till we old. When we return to school, big hugs around so cool. Lots of work to catch up to, even that easy to do. Hopefully back at aftercare, all three of us together there. Luckily with friends like these, we face the world with happy ease.
That was a very, very nice poem. Thank you. I really appreciate the amount of work all of you put into your poems. Okay, let's just unmute the next one. Yes.
Every weekend, I play video games at night. When I turn it on, it glitches like a fly. I go and drink water. It suddenly works. I was so confused. It might have been a lag.
Are you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I just want to make sure. Thank you. That was also a very nice poem. Okay. Oh, sorry, I don't want to unmute you again. Let's go to the next one.
Ma'am?
Oh, sorry, I muted you again.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am, mine is not like really rhyming.
Okay, read it to me and then we will see.
Okay. My poem is about singing. I love singing and singing is the best. I started to sing when I first watched a movie. Singing comes from my heart. Singing comes from my mind. Singing is the best thing that I could ever do in my life.
Is that the entire poem?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for reading that. I appreciate that you read it to us. Okay, and looks like the last one who put up their hands to read their poems for me. Yes.
Ma'am, my poem is about soccer.
It's fine. Like I said, you can do a poem about any topic you would like.
There's a lot of different sports, but soccer is the best. It's more fun than basketball and better than all the rest. Soccer is my favorite sport. What else can I say? It can be a lot of fun if you know how to play. I really want our team to score, and I love it when we win. But when the game is over, I still want to play again. When we have a really good coach to teach us how to play, so we can all grow up to be great soccer players someday. Even though we can't win every game, the coach wants us to have fun. It doesn't matter if we win or lose, our team is still number one.
Thank you. That was a nice poem. Okay, there we have another hand. Just unmute you. And then I have a few poems to read to you that I received on my emails and on the chats.
Hi, ma'am. Morning,
Hello.
ma'am.
Hello.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Ma'am, my poem's name is Imagine.
Okay,
Imagine a pig in a big purple wig. Imagine a car in the shape of a star. Imagine a bear wearing pink underwear. Imagine a fox wearing red fluffy socks. Imagine a shoe that always stayed new. Just imagine.
That is cute. Thank you so much. Okay, now the next one, let's unmute you. Just here. Okay. Okay, let me read you this one. Since I'm waiting for you to unmute yourself. Okay, pick a flower. They really smell nice. Let's go home and make some rice. Wash it off and add it on top. They smell nice, but don't eat it. You can get lice. Flowers are in fields, but don't forget they can give lice. Okay, thank you for that poem. I really appreciate that also. And let's go to the next one. And here I have one I received on my email. Okay. Do you want to speak? I see you did unmute.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks, and you?
I'm fine. My poem was about Hey Black Child.
Okay.
Hey Black Child, do you know who you are, who you really are? Do you know you can be what you want to be if you try to be what you can be? Hey Black Child, do you know where you're going, where you're really going? Do you know you can learn what you want to learn if you try to learn what you can learn? Hey Black Child, do you know you are strong? I mean really strong. Do you know you can do what you want to do if you try to do what you can do? Hey Black Child, be what you can be. Learn what you must learn. Do what you can do. And tomorrow your nation will be what you want it to be. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, and then let me read this one I received on my emails. Okay. Why, Corona, why? Why did you ruin my life? I can't even get fresh air because of you. You came out of the blue. Why, Corona, why? Who created you in the first place? Whoever did, I will make them pay. Life is being taken away because of you. Why, Corona, why? Why steal families' lives? Laugh while you can, because the last laugh will be ours. Are you happy now? Why, Corona, why? Okay. So anybody else that maybe has a poem that they want to read to me? Anybody else? Okay, no one. So guys, today we're going to discuss diaries. Now, a diary is something you keep that has all your inner thoughts and feelings and stuff that you don't really want other people to know. Stuff that you write down. It's something that you just do for yourself. Now, who of you writing your diaries? Who does this? Who wants to tell me a little bit more about writing in your diaries? I'm going to unmute you like
Morning, ma'am.
Hello.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine, thanks, and you?
I'm fine, ma'am. Ma'am, the first thing you do when you write a diary, when you're about to write a diary, you're supposed to write a date and
Okay,
how is
no. Wait before you start with that. We will get to that. What I want to know is, do you keep a diary? Do you write in a diary?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so you don't keep a diary.
No, ma'am.
Okay, we will come to that, what we do when we write a diary. that we will come to. But I just want to know who keeps a diary. I want to know who keeps a diary and why do you keep a diary? Okay, Zoe.
Ma'am, I keep a diary because I like to write about how my day was.
That's very good. I know some people write in their diaries just to make sense of their emotions and stuff that they are dealing with every day. Okay, Taryn, I'm going to unmute you.
Ma'am, I keep a diary because I also like to write about my day. And in social science, I learned that you must record when you're bullied in your diary.
Ah, that's a good thing. That is a very good thing. I think that sometimes it helps you not to just record it in your diary, but so you can make sense out of what happened. Okay, so next one. Tell me the next one.
Ma'am, I want to read my poem.
Okay, perfect.
Stormy weather, trees dancing, papers flying, dust, swamp. There is a storm coming, thunder rumbling, lightning flashing, skies darkly. There is a storm coming, doors smacking, tin roof raking, foot running. There is a big storm coming.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to mute the next one. Okay, here I see a few people say that they write in their diaries.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I made my own diary and I also have a real diary. I write in my diary because it makes me feel like I'm talking to someone that I can trust. It makes me spread how I feel, but then I cannot talk to someone. So for example, if I'm feeling down, I just write inside of my diary. It makes me feel like I'm talking to someone, and it makes me feel like I can trust them.
Yes, that's a good way of putting it. I'm going to show you something now. I'm just looking here. Okay. Now, guys, when we write in a diary, I think it's important to remember that that is something you do for yourself personally. But have you ever heard that if you are struggling with something, or if you're sad and you tell someone, or you just share it with someone, then it makes it a little bit better. So even if you don't feel that you can talk to someone about something that makes you sad or angry, you can always tell your diary. So it's a good thing to keep a diary. I like to keep a diary. And it also helps you to remember the good thing that happens. If you have something exciting happen and you're afraid that you're going to forget some details about the day, then if you keep a diary, it's something that keeps that memory alive. So it's fun to write a diary. And I'm old now, but if I look at my diary when I was 14 years old or 12 years old, and I go back to that and I see, oh wow, I completely forgot about this, but I can't believe we did this. I have a diary. I still write in my diary from time to time, but like I said, if I look back at my diary when I was in high school, or even when I was as old as you, and I look back at stuff and I see, wow, okay, so this happened. I don't necessarily think you go back to the nice stuff that or the bad stuff that happened, but it's fun to see the good stuff that happened that you also forget. There's stuff that happens that you forget when years go by, and if you can go back to that, and it's something that is written in your own point of view, you will see it makes it fun. You will relive that memory even if you've forgotten about that. Okay, that's why I think diaries are important. Okay, so first things first, when you write in your diary, or how to write in your diary, the first thing you're going to do is, this is going to be homework. This is going to be homework, so we are going to write a diary entry. Okay, is you do a mind map to organize your thoughts on your diary, on the specific thing you're going to write in your diary. Okay, an important thing about writing in your diary is that it must be written in the past tense. Okay, so if you're writing your diary, it's not, you can't write in the present tense or in the future tense. You must write it in the past tense because it's something that happened. It's a memory you bring up. Okay, so even if I take my diary today, at the end of the day, I'm still going to write, oh, but during the day, I went to Pick and Pay, or I drove my bicycle, or it's something that happened, so I'm going to write it in past tense. So the next one, you write about the day's events. So when I give you your homework for, it's going to be for next week Thursday, you're going to write about the day's events. You're going to pick one day and you're going to write about that day's events. And remember to write a rough draft first. Now, if you write in your actual diary, you don't write a rough draft first. But for this exercise, you're going to do a rough draft first, and then you're going to look it through and see that everything is written in the past tense. Okay, I have a hand up here. Just unmute you. Yes.
Ma'am, isn't it? I know, but then don't sometimes in a diary you can also write the things that just happened. Because before I go to bed, I write inside of my diary, and afterwards I also, while I'm writing, I also write the events that and the things that just happened.
Yes, but it's still something that happened, even if it just happened. If I drop my glass of milk at this moment, 5 seconds ago, I dropped my glass of milk, but it's still something that happened, even if it's 5 seconds ago.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean? If you tell your diary that you wrote in your diary, it's still something that happened, even if it was 5 seconds ago, it was still in the past. Okay. So if you tell your diary just before you go to bed that before you started that entry in your diary, that you brushed your teeth, it's still something that happened before. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Guys, remember what I told you. Please don't put on your videos. Please don't do that. Okay. Next thing. Okay, mind map. The first thing you do when we write a diary entry is for your assignment, for the diary entry you're going to write for me. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to pick a topic for your diary entry. Okay. So pick a topic, any day you want to tell your diary about. So maybe you went to the park yesterday and you want to tell your diary entry about that. So you want to tell your diary about going to the park yesterday, or you want to tell your diary about anything. You pick a topic. That's the first thing you do when you begin with your mind map. Okay, I'm going to unmute you. Yes.
Ma'am, you have to read it tomorrow to the class.
No, not tomorrow. Not tomorrow. I'm going to explain to you at the end of the week. Okay. At the end of the class, sorry. I'm going to explain this to you at the end of the class when you're going to do a diary entry for me. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the next thing. Okay, then, like they said previously in the class, when you begin your diary entry, it's important to remember you're going to start with Dear Diary and the date. Okay, it's fine if you do a diary entry and you don't put in the date if you read it a week after you wrote it, because then you will remember when you wrote it. But like I said previously, the importance of the date, okay, is when you read it in a year, or if you read it in 10 years, then you will know, okay, so on the 30th of July 2020, this happened in my life. Okay, do you understand that? And in 10 years from now, if you look at your diary entry of the 30th of July 2020, you won't believe what happened on that day. Okay, that's why it's important to put in your diary and the date. Now, the next thing you do is, okay, you pick your topic, or you pick your day you want to write about, you write Dear Diary and the date, then you write about the day you had. It's not necessary to write about today or tomorrow. At the end of the class, I'm going to explain to you that. So you're going to write about the day you had. But it's important if you write in your diary to express your feelings. It's not this fact-finding thing. It's important to express your feelings. Like, let's say, for example, I'm going to write about today. I'm writing, let's say I wrote about yesterday. Okay, so yesterday I gave classes, and in my last class, my computer decided to break. My laptop broke, it froze, it was kaput, and I was so sad. Okay, so the fact is my computer broke, but I want to express those feelings about how I felt when that happened. Because this is something you do for yourself. And like I said, sometimes it's necessary to put your feelings into words. Okay, that's why we keep a diary. Okay, and the last thing you do is you write down your ideas first. Okay, so for the purpose of the assignment, write down a few ideas first. Just so it makes it a little bit easier for you. Okay, so here I have a little thing that shows you to address who you are writing to. So that is going to be Dear Diary. Okay, then you write the date. You write the date, 30th of July 2019, for example. Okay, then you write your topic in your first sentence. Here I have an example. Today I started my new job at the ice cream parlor. Okay, so if you decide to write about the time you went to the zoo, you're going to write, Dear Diary, 30 July 2020, not 2019, 2020. Today I went to the zoo. First line. Okay. Then the next one is the supporting sentences. Then you just start writing about everything you did and about the zoo. Okay. Then the last sentence is you put in some future hopes and expectations. Like, my example, I went to the zoo, but I went to the Pretoria Zoo. That is my topic. And maybe my future hope is that I can visit all the zoos in South Africa during the next 5 years. I want to do that. That is my hopes and my expectations. Okay. And then what's important is that you sign off at the end. Good night. Love, Leah. Love, Dante. Okay. Anything like that, you sign off at the end. So now what I want you to look at is, remember, when we write a poem, it's important to write in the first person. It's you, it's me. So I'm going to talk about me and my feelings and what I did. Okay, so basically you write in the first person. You write how it feels. You write honestly. And remember, this is an informal thing. A diary is an informal thing, it's not formal. So if you want to put in an emoji or a doodle to convey how you felt, or even put in some slang, it's acceptable because it's a casual style of writing. When you write a diary, it's not a formal style of writing. Okay, I see I have a few hands up here. I'm just going to try and
Mom, what does what does it say when he signed off? Said
good night.
And then
Mwah. Yes. Like I said, this is an informal thing that you do if you're writing your diary. Okay.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure that you see that. Okay, I'm going to unmute the next one. Let me see. Let's go to the next slide. Okay. So,
Ma'am?
yes.
Ma'am, I don't have a question. I don't really have a question. So, ma'am, our homework is to write.
I will explain the homework at the end. I will explain the homework at the end. Don't worry, I will explain the homework at the end. Okay. I'm going to explain that to you, exactly how you need to do that and everything. Okay, so here's an example of how my diary will look. Dear Diary, 30 July 2020. I put that in. There's nothing in because this is just an example. Love, Leah. Like I said, this is an informal thing. So if you want to say love Leah or love Dante or anything like that, that is fine. Okay. So here I have a few examples of diary entries. Okay. And I want you to put up your hands if you can see what is wrong with this. Okay. If you can see what is wrong with this, I want you to put up your hands. Okay. Tuesday, May 11, 2012. What today? Do you ever feel stuck when you have big decisions to make? What do you suppose it is that paralyzes us during times when it seems like the best thing to do is act? Is it the mandatory pause or self's way of asking us to take a step back? At least we make hasty decisions? Or is it the pause or unproductive way of addressing our fear of change? What do you do when you feel pressure? Do you often pause and take a deep breath, or do you proceed in spite of the appreciation? Okay, Taryn, I'm going to unmute you.
Ma'am, it doesn't say dear diary, it doesn't say words from, and it's not talking about a person.
Okay, yes. So that's the important thing here is it doesn't say dear diary. It's not in the first. Let's just go here back to this slide. Sorry, guys. Okay. So that diary entry didn't write in the first person. It didn't have that dear diary. And the thing you wrote about isn't in the first sentence. Okay. So it's important that the thing you do is that you're writing it in the correct sense. Okay. So here I have another one. You can also tell me what the problem is here. Okay. Dear diary, today the first thing I did was write to Alex. And then I had to give Fred a coconut or Skalky a fish. Of course I had breakfast. I had 3 pea pods and a banana. They were leftovers. Then I checked the computer to see if Alex had replied. Then I went to see if anything was ready in the garden. There was a bunch of bananas on the tree, a sweet potato, carrots, strawberries, and lettuce. After that, I climbed to the top of my palm tree to search for Jack. I didn't find him. Minutes later, I bathed a keyhole cove and had a little swim. Next, I had dinner. I had a quarter of sweet potato that I picked today and a coconut. Later, I looked for Jack again, but like all the other times that I've done it, I didn't find him. Finally, I felt very tired, so I went to bed with Skalky and Fred. Okay, I'm going to begin to unmute you.
There is no address and date.
Okay, so this one, they actually addressed the diary, but there is no date. So that is correct. That is not something. Okay. The next one.
There is no date.
Yes, there's no date. Okay, guys, if you look at this diary entry, it doesn't really flow. So if I tell you, okay, so yesterday I went to the shops, then I washed my hair, then I made some food, then I went jogging, then my computer broke, then I watched TV. That doesn't make it interesting. That doesn't make it interesting. I wanted you to see this if I put it like this. If I tell you, then I did this, and then I did this, and then I did this. That's not a nice way of putting a diary or writing a diary. It makes it a little bit boring. Can you see that? Zoe, I'm going to unmute you. I just want to. Okay. So, guys, do you see that if you do it like that, it makes it boring? You don't want a diary entry to look like this. You want it to be interesting. So you're going to write an interesting diary entry. Okay, are all of you with me with this? Okay, so now here I am at the homework of the diary entry. Okay, so guys, you're going to write me a diary entry. Okay, you're going to write me a diary entry for next week, Thursday. Okay, so basically, every Thursday is a writing exercise. So you're going to write me a diary entry for next week, Thursday. You can send it to me before that, it's fine, but we are going to read it in class if you feel like that on Thursday. If you don't want to write it to or read it to me on Thursday, you can send it to me on my email address. I'm going to explain to you now. Taryn, I'm going to unmute you.
Ma'am, but in our diaries, we're supposed to keep everything to ourselves and the diary.
Yes, but this is an exercise. It's not necessarily. You don't need to divulge your secrets to the class. It's not like that. I'm going to explain to you that now. Okay. Okay.
Ma'am, I was gonna ask the same thing.
Oh, you going? Okay, guys, this is just an exercise. You don't need to put in your secrets, and this is just going to be for fun. It can be fiction, okay? Fiction means it didn't really happen also. So guys, if I tell you to write me a diary entry, I want you to go and look at a memory you have. Let's say you, like I said, went to the zoo, or in the vacation you went to this beach, anything like that. And you're going to write me this memory, okay? So remember, it includes Dear Diary. It needs a date, but you can make up the date, okay? It does need to be today, and it doesn't need to be like in July. It can be in January, I don't care. You can make up the date, but it needs to have a date, okay? Remember, it's written in the first person. So you, me, I'm going to write it. I did this and I felt this, okay? It's written in the past tense. It has an introduction to set the scene. So the first line is going to be what this diary entry is going to be about. Okay? It's going to be anything that you feel like writing about. Okay? Okay, so, and this is going to talk about how you feel and what you were thinking at that moment. So if I tell you, okay, if I tell my diary, okay, I went to the beach today. It was so much fun. I went skiing and I built a sandcastle and I really enjoyed myself. Okay. Okay. So remember to write down things that were important. It's important when you start with this, okay, you're going to select your topic. That's why I went back to this. Okay. You're going to select your topic, and then you're going to write down some ideas that you want to put in this. Okay. Do any of you have a topic in mind that wants to share that with me? Anything that you can think about that's going to be easy to write about? Remember, it needs to be one of your memories or a memory that you made up. Anything you want to share with me? Okay, Taryn, I'm going to unmute you.
Madam, can we read from today? Because I was writing down the memory while you were telling us how to write in our diary.
Yes, fine. Okay. So guys, like I said, this is going to be for next week, Thursday. So you're going to write me a diary entry for next week, Thursday. I want you to look at this slide. This is all the important points when doing a diary. Okay, so you're going to write me a diary entry for next week, Thursday. It can be about anything you would like to tell me or tell the class about. Go to my last slide. If you don't feel like reading it out loud to the class, that is fine. I know not everybody can do that. I think when I was in grade 4, I didn't feel like reading anything out loud in class. So please, if you don't feel like reading it out loud in class, please send me an email when you've written it. It can be anywhere from today all the way next Thursday before class. Here's my email address. If you don't have it yet, please send me that email if you like, or please send me that diary entry if you feel like doing that instead. Okay. And then I hope you have a lovely afternoon and that you guys, yes, we are playing Kahoot tomorrow. Oh, and guys, we are playing Kahoot tomorrow. If you don't know what that is, it's a game you play on your either on your laptop or on your computer or on your cell phone. Okay. So I hope you have a lovely afternoon, guys.